So, you say I should make locks on all my properties. Well, let me tell you something, you gullible simps. You're going to be the ones that need some locks if you try to bother me and my family, because I don't play that way. And I've never seen such childish behavior from grown adults that are so damn gullible that you think a grieving family and a dead child is fake because a celebrity said so. Using the most ridiculous nonsense for clues I've ever seen from a keyboard in Tennessee. Every single thing he has claimed has been so easily debunked by people with an IQ above 3. And I'm going to tell you guys something, and I honestly believe this. For a minute, I thought that Ryan was having some kind of a psychotic meltdown, or experiencing some paranoid schizophrenia from sleep deprivation. But I've come to the realization that he's just trolling this family for views and to promote music and to create controversy around himself. He's got the entire internet talking about him, and this is all intentional slander of a grieving family and a dead child for self-promotion. I wish that wasn't the case, but I can't help but keep seeing the grin on his face when he's doing this crap. I saw where Kylie's grandfather was begging somebody to get him to stop. And it made me sick to my stomach. And I'm going to say this, I have the utmost respect for Adventures with Purpose, but I don't think they should accept this reward from him and taint their reputation with his bad behavior. I don't care how big of an Upchurch fan you are. I'm a huge fan. I love his music. I've been to I drove all night and half a day to go to one of his concerts. I own every album he's ever made. I've made countless videos defending him every time somebody came after him, when I knew he didn't do anything to deserve it. But this, no. This is a bridge too far. This is a take no prisoners troll game, and it's just over the top. It's pouring salt in open wounds. And for you people to support this and encourage this and continue to encourage it simply because he can write some songs that rhyme, it's just insane to me. Just insane to me. I still love the guy's music. I'd probably buy his new album. But I can't agree with him trolling the family of a dead child. And neither should you. Neither should you. And all you people around him that claim to care about him, shame on you too. If he doesn't get sued for this, I'm going to be shocked. I don't know how he couldn't be. And for all you guys out there that are Ryan Upchurch simps who think he's infallible, well, he's being sued right now from a knucklehead Canadian that was smarter than him. She outsmarted him. So your superstar that is just infallible and has all this really incredible intelligence got played by a 40-year-old has-been from Canada. And she's going to be getting royalties to his album. He's going to have to pay her royalties. You see, he didn't have sense enough, even after being warned about her, not to let her set in on a recording session, participate in a recording session, and then actually make a video and post it on his channel saying, look, she wrote this, and he played it. Now, She's got a hell of a lot more evidence to lay claim to an artist's song than most other artists that have had people sue them laying claim to their music. She's got a really, she's got a nice piece of evidence there. Him making a video saying, look, she wrote this. I don't know how he gets out of that. I don't know how he wins that case. And so for all you guys that think that he's just incapable of making a mistake, well, I'll tell you something. That was a boneheaded move. I would have known better than to do that. And he was warned about her, and he still was dumb enough to do it. And she played him like a fiddle. So if some dumb broad from Canada can end up getting royalties from one of his albums, if you don't think that Kylie Rodney's family can't sue him for slander over what he's doing, you're out of your mind. They sure as hell. All they got to do is decide to do it. If once they get this child buried and this stuff calms down a little bit and they've got the stomach to put themselves through it, all they got to do is hire a lawyer and he's done. They're going to get a fucking massive chunk of his money. Not one shred of evidence he showed you gullible lunatics is real. Not one. All of it's just pure nonsense. Really? You're gonna take a street view that was taken by Google Streets in 2008 and circle a guy sitting in a lawn chair's shoes and claim that that proves that Ichamel was in on murdering a child because those are the same shoes Ronnie has on in 2022, 14 years later. That's evidence? Really? You guys are that gullible? You can't think enough for yourselves to know that that picture is 14 years old and this supposed Ronnie character would have been a child when that was taken. And who keeps shoes for 14 years? And you know his newest one, which is just over the top. Just over the top. His newest one, claiming that Kylie's name ain't her and it's some other girl's name and her grandpa's an actor and all because of a photo of her where she photoshopped her braces off her teeth, like a lot of young girls do. In fact, you gullible simps don't have sense enough to know that that is very popular with young girls. They hate the way those braces look on their smile, and they want to see a picture of themselves smiling without those damn braces. So they Photoshop them off, and it's so popular. I want you gullible fools to listen to me. It is so popular that all you got to do is go to YouTube right now and do a simple search for Photoshop tutorial, Photoshop braces off my teeth. There are thousands of tutorials showing these young girls how to Photoshop the braces off their teeth. And there's actually an app that does it. And based on other pictures of girls who have photoshopped the braces off their teeth, I'm fairly confident that Kylie was using that app. And you know how I know that? My own granddaughter did it. And hers ended up looking a little, if you zoom way in on it, it looks a little screwy, just like that one of Kylie's does. And she wanted one graduation picture of her smiling without her braces. And my granddaughter literally was willing to pay somebody to Photoshop it out of the frame. So you guys are gullible fools buying into that ridiculous nonsense. Kylie simply Photoshopped the braces off her teeth like other girls do. What is wrong with you people? Why are you so gullible? You know, I often ask myself how these Nigerian scams happen. You know, the most popular Nigerians, it's a $1 billion industry, by the way. $1 billion is sucked out of the United States economy every year by scammers from Nigeria just using email. And you know, a typical one is you get an email from a supposed Nigerian prince who has inherited $80 million and it's stuck in Morocco, in a bank in Morocco, and if they can just get it into a bank in the United States, they can get access to it, and if you'll let them put it in your bank, they'll share it with you. And there are people that fall for that every single day. And it's you guys. You're the ones falling for that nonsense, Uncle Will. You guys are the ones that are falling for that. And giving some Nigerian scammer your bank account because you think he's going to share his inheritance with you. The same way you think that this family's fake and this child's fake because some guy that can rhyme some words said so, without having any sense to check anything he says. He says it and you just believe it. You don't ever go try to debunk it. You don't ever try to look at it rationally and say this is impossible. You just go, oh, just drink the Kool-Aid. Damnedest thing I've ever seen. Not one clue Ryan Upchurch has put forth claiming that this is a big fake hoax it has any weight or is grounded in any form of reality. From the satellite image that he couldn't find the community center where they were having the press conferences from Google satellite because he didn't have sense enough to know Google satellite images can be years old and the damn thing hadn't even been built yet. To some circled tennis shoes of a guy sitting in a garage from a Google Street image that was taken in 2008. To a picture of a high school girl who photoshopped the braces off her teeth. To a Zanime that simply went to a very popular park close to her home that dozens of other YouTubers were going to at the time. You know, Zav Girl featured a whole deal where went out there and drove right to where Kylie's car was parked and drove right down to the water. Well, why isn't Ryan accusing her of being in on it? Why does that only apply to Zanime? So if Zanime goes to this public park near her home that's currently in the news, she must be in on killing a child. But if some other YouTuber does it, well, that just means they're making a YouTube video. Do you see the ridiculousness in what you guys are believing? Not one word he said about Zanime was true. She absolutely is in the military. She absolutely did rescue her family from Ukraine. She was featured in a CBS Good Morning documentary where the journalist rode around with her troop and her sergeant. The video she had of the cookout was never hers. It was the people that made the cookout made that video and pinned it to Google Maps. And you gullible fools don't have sense enough to know to go check and go, oh gosh, Ryan, you're wrong about that. That's a pretty common thing. And in fact, here it is. No, you just drink his Kool-Aid. To tell you how popular that park is in that area and how often people are there having cookouts, if you watch the Adventures with Purpose video, there are people having a cookout while they're bringing a dead body out of the water. Right in back of the frame. Well, when they're diving down on Kylie's car, there's a family blowing up water toys and getting ready to go swimming. And you guys actually think because Zanime saw a video of a cookout there, that's a clue that she was involved. I don't know what to say here. I wanted to believe my cousin, when he turned 30 years old, he got some paranoid schizophrenia. It just came on. And he truly believed that the police were fake police and that they killed the real police so that they could all conspire together to make his car not start, so he'd be late for work and get fired. And he believed this wholeheartedly. And he called 911 repeatedly, reporting it. And they finally ended up arresting him for abusing the 911 system, and he got some help. He got put on meds, and he's managing it now. And, you know, I wanted to give benefit of the doubt and say, hey, that's what's going on here, but it's not. He's trolling these people. He's trolling the family of a dead child. And you guys are cheering him on like it's just the best thing since peanut butter, and he's just some super secret private detective uncovering all kinds of clues, and it's all grounded in pure willful ignorance. Pure willful ignorance. I'm a bigger fan than all of you. Guaranteed. But I'm not a gullible idiot.